Today we have got Hannah Martin and Pauline Briscoe. They're two regular Trinny London contributors. They're fantastic makeup artists. Hannah Martin has just had a book come out, amazing book on makeup and tips and tricks, really beautifully done. And Pauline Briscoe, we all know, wonderful makeup artist, has some incredible clients, and also just the philosophy of both of these women is one of glowing skin. So I'm going to get them on and we're just going to have a chat about why do we want to go for a glowy skin? And any of you who've been in the habit of doing the same thing for a long time and just don't know where to start to do something new, you're going to have a lot of brilliant professional tips and tricks here about doing that. And we are heading into summer for a proportion of people who follow Trinny London. For those in the southern hemisphere, it is going into your winter. But when you've come back from the summer, the change in the skin can make your skin feel kaput. So how can we get that sort of skin perfecting moment going on? And how much base do we really have to wear? Oh, there's one. Oh my God. Joy of technology. Wowza.
Hello, you two.
How are you, ladies?
I'm good. Oh God, I've gone too close. I'm just pushing myself to
oh
no, this is way too close.
Yeah, I'm going to push. I can't push myself further away.
Oh, there you go.
Had a long week. How's your week been, first of all? Pauline, how's your week been?
Oh,
what have you been up to?
That's it. Everything. What haven't I been up to? I'm just so tired.
Did you get down to Cannes?
No, I'll be there now.
Oh.
No,
because you've been there sometimes, haven't you? Doing your
yeah. It's beautiful there as well. I love South of France.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous. But no, I've just been doing other stuff in London and then in Leeds. I've just been around doing bits.
Busy bee. Is it thank God it's Friday moment for you?
No, I don't have one of those because every day can be a Friday for me. Every day's a weekend. I don't have a weekend.
That's brilliant, Pauline.
How are you? How are you?
A Friday. Hannah, has your book actually come out yet? I know you did live with Caroline and we have the same publisher. We're going to do a live together talking about your book. I did see a copy. Looked incredible. Yes. But what day is your official launch day?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. So any of you, please pre-order Hannah's book now. It's an amazing, descriptive, inspiring book. But we're going to talk about it in detail, I hope, very soon.
And
maybe even when I'm in LA next week. All right, we'll do that. So today is, I love it. You know what? There are certain makeup artists who never take all their makeup off. We know. And I love it that there we are, just having a good prep. So we're talking today about it's sort of that classic thing, which you both do really well, no makeup, no makeup. No makeup, makeup, which is such a long word. But it's having good skincare does help for this kind of look, because I think if you suffer from a lot of acne or hyperpigmentation, you're going to want to kind of have extra base. But I think we want to start with when was the time in your life where you might have gone from heavier base because of insecurity around skin to the breath of fresh air of a lighter coverage and just hardly any coverage?
Gosh, I think I was probably in my 30s before I did that. Oh, just habit, force of habit, and also actually, Trinny, just being an avid makeup fan.
Yeah.
I thought to kind of prove myself as a makeup fan and as a makeup artist, I had to wear makeup. But nothing could be less correct than in the fashion world, because of course, lots of the girls and guys I know in fashion don't wear any makeup at all. But I suppose it's kind of been slightly later for me that I've embraced just being a little bit more au naturel. And I loved what you said, Trinny, about people who might want a bit more coverage, say if they're struggling with acneic skin or whatever. But I would actually say that something like BFF is a great place to start. So you do a base of BFF and then just spot correct where you need it, so you're not overloading the areas of your skin that are really good looking with heavy makeup that you just don't need.
Now, do you out of interest, because we're going to talk about just that joy of skin perfecting coverage, when you're doing BFF, Pauline, would you say you would do a just a touch first? So let's say you have little things. I've got little things. Do you ever do this where you scrape with the flannel so hard you get that great?
Yeah, you get the little.
Pauline, you don't get it because your skin is so thick and delicious. but your white cousins, Hannah and I, you know, scrape at that and it's gone.
I'm sorry about that. What can I say? No, I actually put the BFF on first.
Yeah.
I use it as a primer as well because it just helps with luminosity. And then I put just a touch on.
You do.
Oh,
and Hannah, what do you do?
And then I put just a touch on after, and also my BFF eye. I prefer it that way because I like to have it as a set primer first. But going back to your thing of when did I start to do the no makeup, I would say after I had Kenzo, my son.
Really? What?
I just couldn't be bothered. Yeah, I used to do a full face of makeup back in the day.
Yeah.
Because I used to model. And like Hannah said, I felt like I needed to wear a lot of makeup to look pretty as well, especially to get the jobs and going on castings and things like that. I was just a bit more insecure. And I think it's a maturity thing as well. I'm more comfortable in my own skin. And the best thing about not wearing heavy tons of makeup is you don't have to take, it's not a big, massive job at night to take it off. So I'm comfortable in the way I look. I can do makeup and I can do no makeup. That's just me.
Yeah, I think that's really well said. And that feeling, I mean, I had really bad acne when I was about 13 to 30. So I did do Studio Fix, you know, that friend. When it came up, because I was, you know, before that, I think I probably did double wear. I mean, the people, I don't know how many of you, you know, when you find somebody who, I've had this a lot when I'm making somebody over and they come with a base on already. And I see how thick the base is and I think underneath, I'm going to discover a rock face because that's no other reason. And then you take it all off and you think, why?
They've got amazing skin, right?
Skin.
Yeah. So this happens now, even when I do like clients and models. The skin's beautiful, but again, it's all in the mind. A lot of this, a lot of it is all a mental thing. You know, some people feel better with a heavy base. It's I think it's maturity again. I think over the years they're going to get to know as they get older in their 40s, 50s that they actually don't need as much to look good. I think for me, my philosophy and my whole thing with makeup is it should enhance you, not mask you. And that's just one of the things I've always stuck by. Yeah.
Just to all the people watching now, how many of you have switched out your base or gone through what Hannah and Pauline are talking about, of just that sense of, I actually don't want to do this anymore? And just little, I think we could talk as well about little tricks of application. So I notice you're all applying differently. Both of you are applying differently. So
yeah, sorry, I'm on my just attached at the moment.
I know you've already steamed ahead.
Oh, I'm
Hannah,
sorry.
You do BFF first, and then do you go on to just a touch?
Yeah, straight away. And I you like fingers, don't you, Hannah?
Right.
I'm a brush girl. It's
She's
good
a
to
finger
show
girl.
both, isn't it?
Yeah,
she loves
do
the
you
finger.
think
That
that's
one.
to do with skin type? Because I wonder when your skin is less oily, whether you need your fingers to kind of add whenever I say the word lubrication, I always think of many other things, but when you add that lubrication, your fingers are warming up and adding it in, whereas when your skin is oilier, maybe you don't need the loosening and lubrication so much of a product.
No, you go for it.
And my skin is on the normal to dry, dehydrated side.
Yeah.
So I find the warmth of my hands, warming the product and pressing it in just helps it to become like a second skin.
Yeah.
But also my hands are really dry. So it's not particularly attractive, but it does mean that I can use my hands when doing makeup on myself and on my clients. I'm not transferring unwanted oils. But if you do indeed have oily fingers or you secrete a bit of sweat on the palm of your hands, you don't want to be adding that to your BFF. That is when you would use your brush to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, that is.
I use my brush more as because I've got lots of like, Hannah, your skin is like flawless, as in the sense you don't have any dark marks and that sort of stuff. I've got lots of dark marks around my face, and my fingers wouldn't do the trick. That's why I kind of pat with my brush at the same time, because then it gives me that sort of polished, flawless retouch, sort of filtered look without.
And maybe also, in a way, a little bit more application.
Yeah, that as well.
You're actually probably
especially around my chin, I've got lots of spots around there, so fingers wouldn't help me with that. So that's why I use my brush.
Still get those spots here. I'm getting these like under here. I think I'm taking a lot of it right now.
Yeah, most people do get it right here. You can feel it, yeah. But I still have hormonal spots under my chin. It's really annoying.
But the thing is, it's until even, postmenopausal, being the youngest of the older people in the room here, that it's still comes.
We're
I'm
not old.
thinking nothing will ever come ever again. But, you know, there are days when I slap on, I'm having a meeting with lots of guys, and I slap on 2 whacks of testosterone instead of 1. And I seriously do. I just have to say that. And so in the meeting, I'm like, boys, what do you think? And then I just realize the next day when I get a spot, okay, that was it. Faith, do you have some questions, darling?
So why does the BFF SPF 30 come out white?
It comes out white because it's micro encapsulated. And what that means is the pigment is within the formulation. So it's white, and as you use your fingers, you're breaking the micro encapsulation, and it turns and releases the pigment like that.
Very clever.
It is good. That I do love that. I remember when we first were researching for the formulation, and I really wanted that to be in it because I think because there's a psychological thing that you want to feel when something's white. You feel this. You feel the skincare benefits more than if it's coloured. And so I wanted people to appreciate there were skincare benefits here and to think of their skin as opposed to this is to do with foundation, which I feel. And then it's even with de-stress, I think that because I did the formulation as a skincare serum and then I put in pigment at the end. So I suppose because we're very ingredient led more than pigment led, you know, but it works. It works.
Yeah, it does. I find with the darker skin, you don't need to use, you don't need to use loads of this anyway, but I do only have a tiny little dollop of it, and then I really moisturize it right into my skin. I just work it right in before I apply my foundation, and that gives it that nice luminosity. As you can see, it's got a nice little glow on it.
Talk about luminosity, because I think, you know, for a lot of women who learned to do their makeup in the 80s and 90s, it was not about a shiny face.
No,
it was
matte,
so matte
all the way.
So when you've got ladies you're doing for shoots or anything and they kind of determinedly want matte, what's the argument you use to convince them about how good that gentle soft glow is instead of heavy matte? Sana, what do you say to what do you say to women? What's your convincing thing?
Well, I will always say that a glow to the skin is far more beautiful than a matte finish. And I always say actually that a matte finish can be more challenging for someone to wear, even if they are, you know, in their late teens, early 20s. And I think as well, what's really interesting is it's really easy to see the difference. So you can compare and contrast. So I've had some clients who have been so reticent to try the glowy look that I've set one side, and they can then in the mirror and in the light see the difference. And actually, as I always say, the matte look kind of comes and goes in trends, but glowing skin is always in. Always.
You could make
I feel like you look younger with glowy skin as well. It doesn't show up lines as much.
Yeah.
So that's a way to convince people you will look younger with more of a glow.
Well, my conviction is slightly more sophisticated than both of yours, because I say how much are you getting sex and how good you look after you've come, and what's that look when you get in the mirror and you think, because the release of an orgasm, all right, and that slight glow from the administration of the orgasm gives you a fucking good skin. I'm sorry, Milan, I'm sorry.
You're making me blush.
No, I certainly really. Let's not try to be personal here, darling. All right, but I think that's sometimes what I want to say to you, because I don't think anyone thinks after really great sex they look in the mirror and think, God, I look shit. They just think,
yeah. We love that post glow.
Everyone's laughing.
We do. I mean, you know, we're not going to have a serious makeup discussion with you guys here. We want to have amusement and humor, and it's like, you know, when we did these occasionally during lockdown, it was like hanging out with you guys and just having such a nice time and just.
It was good for the soul.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm racing ahead. So I'm using this on my lids now because I want to keep up with this glowy look. So I'm using Sheer Shimmer in Wheezy. Am I saying that right?
Wheezy. You know, Wheezy is
nice.
Wheezy is like my rock. It's actually Louise. She's
Ah,
called Louise as a nickname by her family,
yeah.
but I've always called her Louise. And
It's so
she
nice.
she runs me and my COO at Trinny London, basically. She's in charge of everything. And so it's named after her.
It's lovely.
But
I
it
love
is
it.
that thing then. So we've done the BFF, we've done the Skin Perfection. You've done just touch-ups. Hannah, what shade do you use? Do you use Trintron or do you use Alexandria or Alison?
I'm using Amelia.
Oh, you're
My
using
touch-up.
Amelia because you've
Yeah.
got a yellow undertone to your skin. Yeah.
And then I've just gone in with my Sawala, which I adore. And I used on set yesterday, Trinny.
Oh, you did,
Ooh.
darling. I love you for that. I'm going to go and join you with some Swala. I haven't used it for ages, and I want you to show me because, you know, in a way, when you're putting on something which is giving you that glow, it makes you think of the days when you didn't use SPF and you felt you had that sun-kissed glow. So we can just actually look at that. And you probably don't have Naomi with you, Pauline. I don't know if you do.
I haven't got Naomi, no.
No, okay. So then, have we got Swallow there, darling? I know, you see, there it, poor thing. There I was saying.
Well, while you're there, I'm putting on Lovers on my crease.
Oh, let's
Just
go.
to give you a little bit of depth.
Swallow, oh God, Swallow, I want Swallow.
No, I'll find it.
Yeah, because I'm jealous of Hannah's tan. Really? Let me just see your tan there, Hannah. Yeah, you
And
said.
I haven't seen any sun yet this year.
Yeah, that is very, very nice.
And really what I love so much is that it's on this kind of clear gel base. So none of that kind of ashy finish that you sometimes get with the cream bronzers that have a bit of kind of bit too much whiting.
Yeah.
So
There are a few, I know what you mean, where there's a thickness to it. And if we're keeping that sense of no foundation on our skin, I agree with you. And it's like a cream gel as opposed to like Chanel one is a cream, you know. But it's interesting because I use Gaia a lot, but you're using Swan, so I'm going to do it. And you're putting it on the eyes as well, which Ray Morris always does.
Love it.
Hannah, when you do your bronzer, do you put it like dot, dot, dot? Because your forehead is similar to mine. We have a depth of forehead.
Yes.
But you
I tap it on all my fingers and I just start pressing into the hairline, but then I bring it down. Because my forehead's so deep, I can afford to bring it down probably at halfway, if not more, and then blend.
Do you think if you have a narrower forehead, you should only put bronzer right at the top? Just
and the
to give that sort of contour, not contour, but give more, like when you're making your lips fuller. The same principle with the smaller forehead. I love that, actually.
I wish I had a big forehead. You guys are so lucky, honestly.
Sometimes we don't.
It's the best thing ever to have a big forehead. You know, in Elizabethan days, it was seen as a sign of beauty. Women used to shave their hairlines to get a massive forehead.
Pauline, I'd rather have the size of your eyes.
Oh, I've got big eyes, haven't I?
I have piggy eyes that really need help.
I haven't.
No, I do. Look at
piggy eyes.
Where's the eye? It's gone. The eye's gone.
Open them.
There's so much Botox, the eye's gone.
No, you haven't. You've got sexy eyes.
Hannah,
Yeah.
I'm going to use Swala on my eyelids.
Love it.
And your book has some great stuff on how to, you know, shape an eyelid when you have my eyelid. So what would you tell me to do from your book if I was going to put that on?
I would say just focus, grab onto your ring fingers
Yeah.
and press into the crease in the outer corner and blend up and out towards the tip of your eyebrow so that you are shading this.
And you're going quite far out to the tip of the eyebrow. You're going quite high.
Yeah. What we're not doing though is coming down.
Yeah. Are you going over the brow bone?
Yeah, just a tap.
Okay.
Because then you can then do your shade or your eyeshadow shade on the lower part of the lid.
Yeah.
This is still just part of the contouring phase.
Okay.
And then what you could do, Trinny, if you wanted to, my friend Crystal taught me, where's my Sawala gone?
Yeah.
That you can indeed go a little out across the temple. So kind of coming out from the edge of your brow, across the temple there.
Yeah.
And again, it just adds that little bit of shade. So you get bronzer
definition.
I always, because I learned that actually from Ray Morris of doing that line like that, nose, and getting that darker bit just like there.
Subtle.
Yeah.
But it can make all the difference.
I'm just using a bit of Milka underneath my eyes. I always need a bit of concealer, so I'm just going on with my Milka. This is like one of my faves because it's really creamy, so I'm just adding
Milka is the BFF eye.
Yeah.
At Pauline's referring to. It's very nice. I love the shade Milka. She's a cool girl too. Tell me, when you put bronzer on your, so for my shape face, because although we both have a big forehead, I think, I don't know if I'm narrower than you here or not, but where should I put my bronzer now?
I would take it actually rather than going underneath your cheekbone, Trinny.
Yeah.
I'd find the base of your cheekbone and I just slide it on top. Yeah.
You're doing it higher, so you're really meeting blusher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. For me, because the side of my face is quite flat, if my bronzer comes too low, it kind of pulls my features down.
Yeah.
I have to go
Yeah.
slightly above. But bronzer's transformative, isn't it, for adding shade and shape?
I use it far less than you, and I always forget because I've used Gaia, but I think actually I maybe need the punch of Swala, because now I feel my face has come alive.
You look great.
Yeah.
And it gives it depth as
Yeah.
well. You've got like definition.
Can I ask you something? Would you ever, and I'm just going to try this for the first time because I love to do it first. I'm taking Swala. I'm just going to put some on my lip.
Ah,
Go for it. That's nice, that colour.
Like that, just a little, like that synergy of colour.
yeah, my face.
I picked out 2 colours for my lips and I don't know why. I'm getting a bit excited.
Why are you
No, I think this is...
excited? Tell us, Pauline, what you're excited about.
So I picked out Freddie and Pippa.
Oh my God, I really want to see
that
Pippa
game
on your
bright.
lip. Did you mix them together and put Freddie and Pippa on?
Well, I can do it. I haven't done anything
No,
yet.
oh, you're so okay.
Which one should I pick, or should I do both?
No, you know what I'd love you to do is do Pippa, because Pippa is a lip lux, and I would love to see it on your skin tone as a blusher.
Okay, I'll do it. As a blusher? Okay,
Oh.
let's do that then.
No,
I'll do both.
okay. Oh, you were doing it on your lips. So
I'll do both. It's fine. I'll do it on both. So I'll be like your test dummy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me do it on my cheeks first.
Do we like that colour on my? I mean, this is so 90s.
I like it. It's more of a winter colour though, I think.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I need a pop of something like that. I'm just going to go to some Dido sheer shimmer. 1 second.
But I need to really pack this in. It is very pigmented. It's lovely though. But I like it because it's kind of like a plummy red.
So you're doing Pippa on your cheeks.
And I'll do it on my lips as well.
It's
maybe.
really pigmented though. It's because it's lip blush, not really a blusher.
Yeah, but I like it.
Yeah.
Because I used to use blusher like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love plummy shades on dark skin. I think it's really nice.
Very pretty, Pauline. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bit of me, this.
Okay,
Definitely.
I want to ask you something about that look. That looks so good. I just actually put my glass on. Can you go close up? Can I see it close up? Do your close up zoom in, Pauline?
Me? Okay.
Yeah. And to the side. So pretty on you. That colour's great.
I know. This is me. This is definitely me.
And then if you're doing Pippa on the lips, I'll do a wash of it.
Yeah. Because otherwise it might look
all
a bit
about the
dramatic.
cheek.
You know, well, me in the evenings, no, if I'm going out, I'll do full on Pippa.
Well,
That's me. Hannah knows what I'm like.
full on Pippa. I want to ask you, Hannah, when you're doing a glow look, how much do you then go in and either, I mean, I will face finish. You girls can do what you do, and I'm not going to suggest what you should be doing. But what areas would you then slightly mattify if you're doing glow?
So I will always simply do the hot spots. So anywhere where glow can be mistaken for perspiration or excess oil.
Yeah. Okay. So
the areas that I find are hot spots are just at the top of the eyebrow.
yeah.
Sometimes if you've caught moisturizer or your BFF between the brows, actually between the hairs, can be a little bit shiny. So I'll always stipple powder through the top of the brows. There is a massive trend at the moment for highlighting between the brows. Whilst it's cool and that clean girl
don't like it.
I worry that it's going to look like sweat. So I'll always stipple powder through the centre. Then the other areas are just here either side of the nose and then around the chin. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't used it for ages and I'm trying to find it now. No, I want to face finish actually. But I was going to use face finish. I don't know how often either of you use face finish.
Don't you know how you use it, Trinny?
Okay, I'm just trying to find it for you.
Trying to find it.
That would be really helpful.
While you're trying to find that, I'm just putting a bit of Sophia on my cheekbones just to give me a bit more depth for my cheekbones.
Nice.
Nice chocolatey shade.
I sometimes need a bit of Kate.
Okay, I want to just, all I'm going to do is do a little depth on my eyes. So I'm just going to go cooler. I'm going to do a bit of Empress. I'm going to go a bit smoky, actually. I'm just going to do a bit more eye. Any questions? I'd love to have them come up because Faith has left the room, but I haven't looked. I feel really bad that I haven't contributed. So, hello. Oh, there's everybody. Ilana, love your stuff. Gorgeous. Pauline says NFB Interiors. Love the colour on your cheeks. Pauline says
Thank you.
M Mob. Wow, Pauline, your skin is glowing.
It is indeed.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. This is Fayley Louise. For any ladies suffering from PCOS or acne-prone skin, Trinny London Overnight Clarity Emerald Green Bottle is my go-to. It's the only face cream in my entire life that's helped me with my skin. That is such a nice thing to hear. Thank you. That is a very good next generation retinol with niacinamide. We love the face you make when applying makeup, Pauline. Thank you for what you did bringing light to Aisha. That's something that was very important for us to do. All these things that are motivational for us too. So who was on Steph's show yesterday?
Me.
So what were you talking about?
Makeup.
Fantastic.
No, I was talking about how to clean your makeup brushes and your makeup. And a lot of people don't realise expiry dates on things.
My God, they
Because
don't.
you can get mites, horrible mites, infections, all sorts of little, there's lots. Apparently makeup can be has more bacteria in it than toilet seats. So as much
really,
and more.
I thought that was makeup cases, but you mean makeup?
No,
itself.
makeup. Yeah, you need to be careful because you're double dipping a lot of the time, and your skin has, you know, dead skin cells, oils, bacteria on it, and then you're putting it in and out.
I agree. If anyone has Trinny London products that are over 3 years old, I would say please, you have to kind of get rid of them and buy again. Because
it's not worth having all these things.
And we say on the bottom very clearly, once opened, it is, you know, 12 months or 18 months. That's that little thing there, and it should be listened to. I'm going to go face finish and show you, Pauline. So it's a translucent non-powder powder. It's different from Miracle Blur. Miracle Blur has a sponginess to it. Face finish is like a very pressed powder with a tiny bit of oil in it. So if I scrape
I think I've got one. Yeah.
And then I just put it on the back of my hand, and it will automatically mattify down any things.
What shades does this come in? Is it
nothing? It's really
okay. I don't think I didn't receive one. I'll have to get one.
I'll send you one,
please,
actually, because it's so good when you're doing shoots well, and you don't want the model's face to be really.
This is it. And I do a lot of TV. I do a lot of TV, so 100% need that. Yeah.
So I've still got, you know, that element of BFF and what I want BFF to be giving me, but like you were saying, Hannah, it's just those areas there. I'm putting that on there, and then around my nose, and a little bit sometimes under my eye. I don't know why I get this little puffy bit, and that sometimes matches the light. And I don't want to overemphasize. I've got a puffy eye and hadn't have enough bloody sleep, which I haven't had.
You haven't. You know, what colour should I do on my lips, Freddie or Munchkin?
Oh, let me just see. Do you have any Nicole Sheer shimmer?
Oh God.
Do you?
What to put on? Just to have that on top?
I just have that on top. No, Hannah, that's very nice.
What about Honor?
Yeah, Honor. Great.
Okay,
Honor.
Do that then.
Hannah, take us through what you've done.
The only thing I've done while we've been chatting is I've just added some courage.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's nice.
So I got the Sawala through the crease, and then courage on the lower lid. I took the teeniest bit of courage along the lower lash line, but I didn't want much at all. My cheeks, BB. Yeah. Oh, with the lid on, but again, just a tiny wash, very subtle. And then I had the Sawala on my lip, which I blurred around the edge of the lip slightly. Yeah. I like to make the lips look a bit fuller. And then I tapped on just a tiny bit of Bella. And I want to lift it. I won't.
I know, it's like so juicy.
It's juicy. Whilst you're finishing off, Pauline, I did BFF light medium over my whole face. Then I did Sawala Golden Glow because I got jealous of Hannah doing it by herself, and I really feel like
I noticed that you're trying to get her look.
And I'm going to say, dissimilar to fake tan, it won't clog your pores. I'm just going to say that, sorry. I did wigs as my blusher. And then I did a little bit of Empress over my Swala. And then I finished off with face finish and a little bit of Maddie over the Swala Golden Glow I also put on my lip. But we've got that slightly 90s vibe, Hannah, but I sort of like it. You know? Pauline, you finish off, my darling. What did
All right, so BFF cream in dark I used first everywhere. Then I used Just a Touch in I always get mixed up which ones I use because I changed it depending on if I've got a suntan or not. Anyway, so I used Cheryl Just a Touch all over. Used a bit of Milka under my eyes. On my lids I used a bit of Lovers mixed with a little bit of Wheezy. Sorry. Yeah. So Wheezy first, then a bit of Lovers on my corners. Then on my cheeks, I used a little bit of Pippa, which I think looks really nice. I used a little bit of Sophia on my cheekbone.
Yeah.
With a bit of contour. Yeah, I love that one. And
That's
this is
named after Cheryl Conte's daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And then on my lips as a nice, juicy little tint. Beautiful.
There's a comment here which I sort of love, but it's like we need makeup for ladies over 60. We're not a young brand, but I've got to say, if you're that age and I am that age in a year, you
big party.
Okay, big party. Might be going down the Nile, I was thinking. But Hannah, somebody just said you look so wonderful when you smile, and I don't know what you've done recently, but you've got the sweetest smile right now, and I just I noticed it.
Exactly what I've done. I've just had my 4 front teeth bonded.
Oh my God! Yes, so join the club.
I feel a bit teethy, if I'm being really honest.
Do you feel like that moment with Ross in Friends? Because when I first had mine done, Hannah, I did, and the thing is, that's what it is. Your smile is vibrant right now.
It looks good.
4 of my teeth are perfect.
Perfect.
And the great thing about bonding, because I did bonding first and then I replaced with veneers, is it's slightly less expensive than veneers.
Oh yeah.
Veneers are so expensive. But I had lost a bit of tooth, so they had to be veneers. But the problem is, Hannah, you're like, I think probably 20 years younger than me. How old are you, Hannah?
I'm 40 on Tuesday, Trinny.
Oh my God, Hannah! That's a big deal, and you're looking incredible. So congratulations, and I'm glad you're going into this decade with all of the knowledge that you have.
Thanks.
And happy birthday for next week.
Yeah.
And Pauline, darling.
My teeth?
No, your teeth are
No, I had actually one done. I had a veneer back in the day. But guess what? I'm getting a gap now. Because apparently you get that when you get old, your teeth recedes.
Well, I had it when I was younger. A lot of people always ask me, your lips are quite big. And I sort of tell, so what I had, this is turning into a tooth conversation, I love it, is I had very narrow teeth and I had this gap in between and I could fit 2 50p coins. It made Laura Stone look like a no mind the gap girl. And so I had my teeth bonded, Hannah, at the sides to widen my bridge, and it also really helps support here. And I had that done, and then I had them made, the whiteness. And then the problem is, as you then move on a decade, and I'm 2 decades older than you, the whites of your eyes and your teeth should always match.
Yes.
Mine don't match anymore. So in a few years' time, I might have to redo to match. So I don't look. Friends. Hannah can say, I'm a Shaki. They are just, it's fantastic you did that bonding.
Well, just don't have any curries, because curries really stain your teeth, and I do like curries. And
don't have curries, darling. Yeah, that's, you heard it from Pauline. No curries for that bonding. Thank you so much for joining us, and as ever, it's such a joy to talk to you both, and keep that lovely BFF glow all day long.
Will do.
And we'll catch up again soon, and good luck, Hannah, for your book next week, and congratulations on being 40, and Pauline for all the work you're doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Bye.